answering the question, how high can Bitcoin go? Can it go any higher? I guess that's what we're going to discuss today via the power law. First things first, guys, if you go on my YouTube channel, I made a video, how high will Bitcoin go in 2025 already. So you guys can see that as some more information. I also made a video buying Bitcoin titled Why I'm Buying Bitcoin and What You Should Do Too. And I made that in November of 2022. And I'll just pull that up briefly so you guys can see the starting point of where we were of that portfolio. You can see I invested about $16,500 about 2 years ago. So we're up about 80,000, a little more than 80,000. Currently, the portfolio sits at 104,794. Again, all this, I'm showing you all this to be not look at me, but rather just tracking the results. That's kind of what I use my YouTube for, almost like a journal. So today I'm going to talk about if I think it can go higher. I obviously hold it still. This was taken less than 24 hours ago. So I hold it. The question becomes, do I think it can go higher? Because if I don't think it can go higher, it'd behoove me to sell. And so, as you guys know, I follow the power law, which first and foremost is created by a gentleman named Giovanni. This is not mine. I didn't create this. And so just keep that in the back of your head. I actually pay him for this, so I pay for his mentorship. And I've been following this ever since I bought on the purple line down here, which follows power law. That was where I acquired Bitcoin. And this is where we are now. Now, the color you need to notice is the blue. The blue represents fair market value. Fair market value is when buyers are happy because they feel like they're getting a decent deal. Sellers are happy because they feel like they're making a bunch of money. So as you guys can see, fair market value right now sits at, if you zoom way in here, and you can see it on the right side too amongst all the colors, $88,472. That is fair market value. $88,472. So that means pullbacks back down to $88,472 are fine because you're still above fair market value. The second thing you want to be aware of is the timing of the cycle. So we call that the power law spiral and where we sit in the timing mechanism. So as you guys can see here, you'll see the squiggly lines down here. That represents where price is in comparison to time. And so what's funny is just how well, I got to switch my webcam. Sorry, my other webcam just overheated. What's funny is how well this has followed it. So check this out. Transition from bear to bull, transition to full bull, top, bottom. Transition from bear to bull, transition to full bull, top, bottom. And you can look at the price up here to kind of see, wow, yeah, top, which is right there where the price is. Bottom. Transition from bear to bull. What's next? Transition to full bull. So where we are right now, guys, cycle-wise, timing-wise, notice the price. We're not even to transition to full bull yet. Historically, in the middle of these cycles, when we get to transition to full bull, I'll put a blue vertical line on that time because that's where we're approaching right now, transition to full bull. And let me then delete this and take a look at those, not blue lines, but orange lines. Take a look. Transition to full bull. You can see how much more it went. And then here in the 2021 cycle, transition to full bull. You can see it went even farther. Now this one was less, but notice by the time it hit transition to full bull in 2020 and 2021, we were already near the top of our power law bands. So point is, guys, we're getting near the transition to full bull. And so we're closer than we are farther away from the top, is my opinion. Meaning I think the top is sooner than most people expect. And so for me, what I'm looking for is once we start getting into the yellows, the oranges, and the reds, specifically the yellows for me, that's when I'll start to consider exiting. So right now we're trading at about $101,000. Obviously, this is a YouTube video, so I can't get this out immediately. So some of you guys might be watching this when price is $90,000 or $115,000. Like, it might be different. But the point I'm trying to make is very simple. Once we reach yellows and oranges, that's when yours truly, myself, I start to tap out of that trade because I'm in this as a trade. Even though, yes, I believe Bitcoin is going to continue higher, I also subscribe to the power law theory, which tells me that I do believe that it will head lower. Now, if we follow pure power law, it says the peak will happen at $198,000, but that's never, ever, ever going to be fully accurate. If we follow power law, the projected fair market value at the peak will be $178,000. But if we also follow power law and we think about, the period of time that it will take to come back down here, it will also state that anywhere from $50,000 to $70,000 is going to be our next sort of swing low from a cycle perspective as we cycle back down this white dotted line between $50,000 and $70,000 in the next cycle to the downside. So I'm closer to exiting than I am entering. I'm more than likely going to exit within the next 12 months. In fact, that more than likely will be probably in the next 6 months. But to answer your question, do I think Bitcoin can go higher? My answer is yes. I think it can go higher, both fundamentally. Just yesterday, I'm recording this on December 5th, so I don't know when you guys are going to watch this video. But just yesterday, Jerome Powell compared gold to Bitcoin, which is a very interesting thing. Vladimir Putin said nobody can stop Bitcoin. Fundamentally, you're going to start to see more and more countries, I believe, create these Bitcoin reserves where they move some of their monetary money, their fiat currency, into Bitcoin to try to take advantage of some of these potential gains. And I think all this combined is a fundamental push higher, which is why I still remain in the position. Let me make this clear. The only reason I would have not sold a position that has made me over $80,000 live right here in front of your faces on YouTube, very simple, is because I believe it can go higher. And so I'm personally remaining in the position. That is nothing to you. That could be completely wrong, and I might become, as we've mentioned before, this guy named Bond who said he unsubscribed. Good luck with my gambling. It's going to zero. Maybe Bond will be right after all, and I'm going to be the laughing stock, and of course I'll take it on the chin. But I think I'm right, and I think Bitcoin can go higher. I also think it will cycle top mid to next year, and then of course I think it can correct lower into $50,000 to $80,000 range, and then we'll see the next cycle go up from there. And then that cycle, I think, we'll be able to crush that $200,000 number. That's my expectation. I don't know if this helps you, but that's what I wanted to create in today's video for you. So again, rewatch this if you need any sort of direction, but that's what I'm thinking. Really excited I've been able to show you guys kind of what this portfolio looks like over time and just sort of share the journey and show that this stuff is real. You can make money. And, I use my YouTube to not sell you guys stuff, as you guys know. I use this YouTube as a journal, sort of to just show you kind of what I'm doing. So my equities accounts are at all-time highs right now. My Bitcoin accounts are at an all-time high right now. Life is good. Obviously, I understand this, is that nothing lasts forever. We're in good times right now, and inevitably we'll be in bad times at some point. So I'll be able to create videos in that too, to show what I'm doing there, which in those times I'm being more aggressive, buying the dips just like I was 2 years ago in this video where we were in a bad time, we were in a downturn, and I was buying the dip. So remember, in times like this, yes, I'm showing off results, and I'm like, look at me, I'm making all this money, but right now we're in good times. I'll sell, and then pretty soon, within maybe a few years, I'll be making YouTube videos about saying, hey, I'm buying the dips again. And that's just the name of the game. You have to have the conviction in yourself and trust in yourself that you believe in what you're doing and that it can make you money. And look at this. Now we're holding over one Bitcoin worth over $100,000 live on YouTube. Nothing fake about this. Everything is real here. And I hope that this gives you guys some value. So if it does, of course, click that like button. And as always, if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified for the next upcoming videos. Have a great rest of your day, guys. God bless.